episode or video. You probably can hear it on the background, but there's a little bit of a rain going on. There's a storm outside of my window, so yeah, there's that. Today, actually, this video, it's not about any TV shows, any movie that I saw in the last few days. Actually, I wanted to talk about something that's been pretty much annoying me very much lately, and that is the fact that, probably the title already gave it away, spoilers. All right, so I got a problem with spoilers. And let me tell you why exactly that is. Back in the day, alright? Back in the day when I pretty much didn't. There was a time where I just didn't care, or it didn't matter to me if somebody else told me the end to a story of a movie or a TV show or even an episode, something that were to happen in an episode. Nowadays, actually, I have exactly the opposite feeling. There are some exceptions to the rule, as there usually is, but most of the things that I really don't want to get spoiled, like it are big productions or really movies that I want to be surprised. I want to just go to the movie theater, sit down, and enjoy the film without knowing, other than what I've seen on the trailer, what is going to happen. Who's going to show up, who's not going to show up, who might show up, who's going to make a cameo that nobody even thought of, or not even I could have thought that that person or that character would be there, you know? Whether it's with a TV show or a movie. I gave an example for a movie, but TV show is the same. Like, for instance, for those of you who have not watched the Arrowverse crossover of Crisis on Infinite Earths, please pause this video because I'm about to give a spoiler. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Give you a little bit of time. Okay. Alright, okay. So, in the Arrowverse crossover of Crisis on Infinite Earths, Ezra Miller, playing the Flash, shows up in the Flash episode. And that is something that nobody was actually expecting to happen, but it did happen, and it was amazing. And I probably got really emotional, not only just watching it myself, but also just like watching other people's reactions. I remember that I used to browse on YouTube, actually, people reacting to that surprise cameo. And I think that is exactly what a TV show or movie should be about, surprise the audience. But nowadays, internet is so full of it, so full of spoilers, like everywhere. And I'm not talking about just people who have seen the movie before anyone else, fans, just people who go to the movie and watch the film, maybe because in their country the film premiered earlier than other countries, and they just start giving spoilers away, or I'm not talking about the audience itself. I'm talking about even the same accounts, verified accounts by the movie itself or the TV show itself, and also people who are verified, that work in the media, giving away spoilers without warning sometimes, most of the times, and they're just like, I find it very annoying to me. I don't know if it's happened the same thing to you, but for big films like Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, I don't want to go knowing exactly what's going to happen. I want to go and surprise myself. If Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield actually happen to be there and they actually show up, I just want to be surprised by it. There have been so many rumors on the internet, from fake photos to speculation based on merchandising, based on photos of certain actors, not only from those other movies, from the other Spider-Man movies, but also from other TV shows like Daredevil as well. It's rumored that maybe Matt Murdock will be in Spider-Man No Way Home, but we haven't actually seen the character in the trailer. But there has been so many speculations, so many people pretty much claiming that they already know that they're gonna be in the movie, that it's like, guys, please stop, and they just keep talking about it and keep assuming things and keep, maybe they have a source, maybe it is true, maybe they know something that we don't know. But the thing is that, okay, if you know something that we don't know, please just keep it to yourself. Even if you have 1,000, 40,000, 400, or a million not accounts, users or followers on your YouTube channel, on your Twitter account or your Instagram account, keep it to yourself, man. Just keep it to yourself. If you wanna, maybe, I don't know, just play a little with the game, like keep your followers wondering and stuff, but without giving anything away. Fine, do it. Play the game. I don't mind. But honestly, I don't think a lot of us members of the audience want to get into Twitter and see a lot of people, verified accounts, people who work in the media, journalists, entertainment journalists, that have seen the movie before, or maybe have not talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm just talking about other films as well, like Shang-Chi at the time, or even Eternals, given spoilers of the movie, talking about specific things that happen in the movie that utterly, actually, kind of, if you go and watch it, it just they pretty much spoil the movie. I mean, that's why it's called a spoiler anyway. So yeah, it's annoying because I want to go to the cinema and I want to be surprised. I don't want to go to the cinema thinking, oh, this is the scene where this is supposed to happen, and just imagine if you had gone into the movies, seeing Avengers Endgame, knowing that, again, this is a spoiler, guys, so if you haven't seen Endgame, go watch it. And knowing that Captain America is gonna lift Mjolnir. It's gonna lift Thor's hammer. I mean, that sounded dirty. And I mean, imagine going to the cinemas and willingly knowing that. You wouldn't be half as hyped, as excited as you would have been. You wouldn't have cheered when that happened. I remember when I went to see Avengers Endgame, and there were so many parts where not only me, but the audience just burst into screams and tears, and it was just a massive emotional journey, the whole movie, and it was amazing. Because nobody, or at least maybe some did, I don't know, but I went to it not knowing, or at least just speculating in my mind, maybe what was going to happen, who was going to make it, who was not going to make it. But I just wanted to enjoy the movie. Ultimately, that's what we as an audience, we all want to do. We want to sit down and enjoy the experience of the cinema. Imagine and nowadays we can't even get into Twitter that professional verified Twitter accounts or YouTube accounts are talking about spoilers without warning. They're just giving it away for free, like if it's normal. And the truth is that it's not that it's not normal, because then again, what is normal? But ultimately, I don't think it's something that Twitter should fix, but it's something that not only verified accounts, but also us as members of the audience should be aware of, or should be mindful of, the other person who hasn't seen the movie yet, or hasn't seen the TV show finale, for instance, for Supergirl, or any other show whatsoever. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. And that we should be mindful of the other person who hasn't seen it yet, whether it's someone who we know, like a friend or a family member, or someone who can be 1,000 miles away. We all are connected through Twitter nowadays and Facebook and other social media, but mainly on Twitter. I've seen this more going on Twitter. So which is why I just right now I just barely go into Twitter, because I know that sooner or later I will find spoilers if I scroll down my timeline. Now, you could say, okay, but you can mute some words. Yeah, but what am I going to do? Mute all of the words of all the movies or all the TV shows that are going to come out in the following months and even years to come? I mean, imagine, I would have to mute Hawkeye, I would have to mute Spider-Man No Way Home, I would have to mute all of the movies that were announced, all of the TV shows that were announced the other day on Disney Plus Day. Not only just this, I'm talking more about Disney, but DC, Warner Brother movie. I don't want to know the end of the effing movie, alright? Or the show. I just want to sit down and enjoy, alright? And then when I see it, I just want to be surprised and hyped. Which is, and you might be wondering, or maybe not, how do I do to, alright, just tweet. I use actually a third party tool that is called Buffer. And it's really great tool. I mean, if you wanna like tweet or at least post in different social accounts that you might have, like I don't know, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or any other, you have more options. But then again, you have to pay for them. But you do have the option of a free account, and you only get to post in 3 social medias. That only is the only thing that honestly I need. I'm not much of a big audience, so that's fine for now. And I just post through there. It's a nice tool because it avoids for me getting to Twitter and scroll down and see spoilers about it. Sometimes spoilers even come from the verified movie Twitter accounts, and honestly, it's not nice, guys. It's not nice. So I just use that tool. I use that tool. The only downside with it is that you cannot create threads, at least on Twitter. In that tool, there are other tools, but then again, some of them you have to pay. Some of them give you a free period trial of 7 or 14 days, and it's so sometimes when I want to do a thread, I would just pretty much go into my profile, try to avoid read the tendencies, and just having everything written down, and just copy paste, and that's it. But anyways, it's a little. I know that, okay, if I do that, maybe other people should do that and avoid the spoiler thing. But it's not about that. It's about a little bit of responsibility. I think that. People who work in the media, communicators, or people who have seen the film before should probably avoid, a little bit of. And I'm sorry to say this if you feel touched by it. A little bit of respect for the people who haven't seen it. I mean, you can say that you didn't like a movie or you liked it because based on, I don't know, things. Well, you went to see the movie, I don't know, you didn't like the pace of it, you didn't like the premise, you didn't like certain characters. But then again, go watch the movie and just say, I didn't like it because certain person died, certain character did this happened, this other thing. I was like, I honestly think that's not professional. And I've learned that the hard way, because there was a time that I used to do the same thing. Maybe not as much, but now it's like, now that I'm on the other side, creating videos, creating content in a way, I see that there's a responsibility that to the audience, to the people who haven't seen it yet, that I think that we ought to respect. Anyway, just that went again way past 15-minute mark. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I think it was a little rant. Anyways, remember to follow me on my social medias, accounts, or everything down there. See you next time.